Hello Tab Nation, it's Tom, and today we're going to be doing a challenge video. These are all over the internet. I wanted to do something that had to do with auto hotkeys and automation, so I came up with the idea of, for the next 48 hours, I'm going to automate everything I do on the computer. I'm talking about opening websites, clicking links, doing Google searches. Everything's going to have to be assigned to a hotkey. The only exception to this rule is while I'm in Notepad++, because I do have to type to make the code to automate. So while I'm in Notepad++, or if I use VS Code, maybe some, I will be automating anything. So instead of you having to watch me type, a lot of the time when I'm making scripts, I will be fast forwarding them just to, show you that what I'm doing and explain it a little bit once I get done typing. But here are my first two scripts. The 48 hours will start at noon today. It's a Sunday, so it'll go, noon tomorrow, and then noon Tuesday is when I will finish. I'll wrap it up with how my experiences went and everything, showing you stuff along the ways, commentary, that sort of things. If you guys like this, definitely hit the thumbs up, helps me. Subscribe's always doing fun videos to educate you on automation. And if you guys come up with any other challenges that you think would be kind of cool, something like what I'm doing right now, definitely let me know in the comments below. I would love to do one of these again. At least I think I would. We'll see how this plays out and how much torture I go through. So stick around, see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm starting my day off at noon, so I had to write these scripts. And the first script I'm going to have is my morning script. Whew, allergies are kicking my butt today. So I got this script. I call it Waking Up. And I just kind of wrote the code out here. So I got my max threads, hotkeys per 2. Don't know if I really need that, but I just put it in there as a safety precaution, kind of. I'm gonna mute my volume automatically. So this script's gonna run as soon as I start my computer up in the morning. So as you see right here, I renamed it Good Morning, and I put it into my startup folder. That's gonna save me a little bit of work in the long run. It's just having it there. I'm going to sleep for, I believe this is 5 minutes, 300,000 milliseconds. I didn't really do the math. I kind of picked a random number, but I think it's about 5 minutes, if not exactly. And the reason I'm doing that is to let Chrome load, make sure my desktop loads, all that, so there's no lag or, problems with the script running while the computer's at a heavy load on, just starting up with everything. So I've got all my websites here in the order that I like them open. I'm picky about that for some odd reason, but I'm going to open my YouTube channel page, wait 50 seconds so it can load Chrome and that first page. I'm going to send space because I want to pause that autoplay video on my channel for my intro. It's really annoying. It's going to wait 1 second. Then we're going to open my studio for YouTube. We're going to wait 33 seconds. Reddit, Discord. I did the calculation, and I need to push tab 10 times to get down to that sign in button, and it's going to push space, so it's just going to click it and sign me in automatically. Then we're going to go to facebook.com. Then I blurred these out, or asterisked them out, whatever, because this is sensitive data right here. But this is going to be my email server URL, my email address for my personal, and my email password. So I will fix those off camera. We're going to press enter to actually log in. And then we're going to go to my Google email and LinkedIn. The second script, which I think is probably going to be the most important, is because I'm trying to automate everything. I can move my mouse around, but clicking is not really a hotkey. So I'm going to do F1 because I'm going to do F1 for this one just because I think it's going to be one of my most used ones. So when I press F1, it's going to do mouse get position X and Y coordinates, and then it's going to click at those X, Y coordinates. And I forgot to change this for some reason while I was testing, just to make sure I had the syntax correct. So there we go. So I'm going to even, automate my mouse clicks and everything. The only time I'm not is when I'm going to be in here. Now, if for some reason there's some syntax, that I haven't used in a long time or just forgot about completely, and I just need to look it up. I'll be doing that on my cell phone, going to the AHK website documentation to look up that syntax in case I need to know, or like I forget a certain setting that needs to apply to this. You know, for example, if you do click 0, I believe that will click in that position without moving the mouse there. Like I said, something like this, I'm not 100% sure on because I have not used something like that in a very long time. So I'll be using my cell phone to look up syntax in case I need to, or just reread about it to refresh my mind. So yeah, it's about 11:30 right now, so I'm gonna go get some food, and in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to start my 48 hours, and I think my prediction is it's gonna be a little rough getting used to at first. But as we go on, I think day 2 is going to be a lot easier just because I'll have hopefully some multiple useful scripts already coded that I can keep using. So yeah, that is the plan. So I'm actually probably just going to use, instead of click here, I'm probably actually going to write multiple things in here. So, you know, I might add an F2 thing here. Hotkey. Helps if I spell. So I'll probably add something here that as it comes up. I will attempt to play maybe a video game. We'll see how that goes. I don't have a lot of faith in that. You know, video games can be very rough when it comes to automation, so I probably won't really be playing much video games for the next 2 days. That's probably honestly going to be one of the biggest challenges also because I love gaming and I don't have much to do for the next 2 days. So I'll probably be on the computer quite a bit doing this. Alrighty guys, I'm going to go ahead, pause this video. We start at noon, and you know, I'll be kind of throughout the next 48 hours recording pieces of what I've been doing, how it's going, and that kind of thing. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is I'm going to create some thumbnails to put it into my video. So the first thing I need to do is I need to open the website. So on my phone I looked up the URL and for where I want to go. So here it is. Super simple. I'm going to use this. I might as well label these just in case I start getting a lot. Click here, we'll call it, since that's the name of the actual script, because originally I was just going to do that. And this one's just going to be called like go to a site. So I'll be changing that a lot. So I'm going to be using Canva to create thumbnails for this. So I'm going to save this, and since I can't click yet, I do kind of need to run this script manually. It's not noon yet, so technically I'm still good to do that. So waking up, we already got that in our startup folder. Click here. I created a folder on my desktop called 48 hours, just so all my scripts are organized in one spot. So I'm going to go ahead, launch, click here. And let's see if this is going to work. So I'm going to do F2. And boom, it took me where I need to go. So I'm going to probably fast forward through this part so that you all don't have to sit there and watch me do this boring work. But yeah, here we go. And that is the end of pretty much kind of day one. I started in the middle of the day, but that is the end of Sunday. So I'm going to do a quick review on how my day went. It was interesting. Lots of problems to run into, that's for sure. So here we are in Notepad++. Just to review, I'm not showing you everything I did because in this video it would be insanely long, even with all the speed ups. So a lot of this you already saw. Click up, hold left toggle. I had to create a toggle because I was having issues with dragging stuff with just using the Control E. Once again, I had to move away from F1 because I was causing some really weird issues. So I created a toggle for dragging stuff. That became useful. I got going to a website. Typing stuff is probably the most I've used for just answering comments on YouTube, Facebook, sending emails. So I was using this probably by far the most, which is why I have it highlighted here. Right click, undo, wheel down, wheel up. I found these very useful a lot when I was just kind of browsing Reddit, YouTube, whatever. But the wheel up, wheel down, and the click were causing some weird issues with inside of Chrome where it would start zooming in and out. I'm assuming there's some kind of default there with control, so it was catching some stuff by accident if I wasn't fast enough. F10, I got so sick of looking at all the hotkeys constantly and forgetting what did I assign this to or to that. So I was constantly jumping back for Notepad++. So I added an F10 here, and that just goes through my code, displays all the hotkeys I have along with what they do. So I've been leaving this open and just dragging it over into the top of my screen and just leaving it there most of the time. Now, as far as bugs go, there was the Chrome bug that was kind of causing problems, and this if in my code is getting caught because of the two dots here, because that's what it's looking for. So honestly, I find myself being a little bit lazy sometimes just because I don't feel like fixing that bug because it could be a lot of work and it's already hard enough doing this. So yeah, so bugs, I find myself having to deal with them a lot of the times. Random zooms on the scrolls. I am looking at the keyboard a lot, making sure my hand's on the control or the alt before I push something. So I do find myself spending a lot of time just slowly going through websites just because I have to get used to these new hotkeys I've never had to use before. The drag and drop is still a little bit buggy. But as far as the day goes, it did get easier as the day went on. I especially got used to ED and C, control EDC, to be used as a click, mouse up, mouse down, or the wheel. So I got kind of used to it as the day went on. I'm trying to install programs for future videos, create thumbnails. Those are definitely up there in difficulty. So I am now going to sleep, and hopefully tomorrow is a little bit easier. It will be a Monday, so I will be using my computer a lot more than I would be on a Sunday. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. And hello, it is now day 2, Monday, like 10:30. Had stuff to do. I already have my good morning script running that's just going to open all my tabs for me. So hopefully today goes a little bit easier as I've already broke a bunch of the code that I've been using quite a bit. But I am going to be a lot busier on the computer today, so let's see how annoying it is when I go this fast, or have this much stuff to do, I guess is what to say. So, hope you enjoy day 2. Here we go. And we are done. Day 3, 48 hours. I actually went a little bit over, as you saw from that thumbnail. I went to 3 p.m. instead of noon, just because I just wanted to add a few extra hours in there, because, a lot of the 48 hours was me sleeping. Now, obviously, I didn't upload everything I did. This video would end up being probably like 3 hours long, even with all the stuff fast forwarded at like, I think I was doing like 16x fast forward. Any faster than that, and like the video speed was just unwatchable. So that was the best I was able to do. So I just took some of what, I don't know, highlights, you could call them, put them on there. Also, I did not actually sleep that long. I just got off pretty early that day because I was just so sick of using this, and watch TV. I had to get up early, do stuff before I got back on. So I did not sleep over 10 hours. I wish I could. Even if it was only once a week, that would be great. But I didn't actually sleep that long. I just threw that in there to show you the time passing. Whatever. But basically, kind of to sum everything up, as the days went on, it got easier. I'm a gamer, so I definitely had that advantage over probably some of you all, just because I'm used to, playing a new game and having to learn all the different keys and what they do, and, different types of, combinations, that kind of thing. So for me, I adapted pretty quickly, especially with the ones I was using a lot. E, D, and C, which was my mouse click left, and scroll up, scroll down. Those became basically second nature to me, where as long as I kind of looked to put my pinky on the control, after that I was able to really quick use those without really thinking much about it. Still, even then, there's some hotkeys I wasn't using very often, so I was constantly having to press F10 to bring up that message box. That was definitely a lifesaver. Helped out a lot because, stuff like that undo feature I added, I hardly was using that. Now, even though a lot of this came second nature, it still was longer than I would if I did it manually. Something as simple as answering a DM, or a comment, or posting to Reddit, whatever, or answering a comment on YouTube. I had to go into Notepad++, type it out there, save it, reload it, use the hotkey to click back to, wherever I was going to paste that. Press the hotkey, have it type it out. So, yeah, even something simple as that, definitely tripled the time, I would say. Now, as you saw, I was doing a 3D modeling program known as Daz Studio. If you guys are interested, I can do a video on that and how that works. It's pretty cool. You can use it for lots of stuff, thumbnail creation, 3D models, that kind of stuff. That was very difficult, trying to work with 3D stuff, from something as simple as just spinning the character around, body position, moving, items, walls around. That was very difficult, so I basically decided I'm not even going to try a video game, because, video games are very hit and miss on if you're going to have it even work, how reliable it's going to be, and how much effort you got to put into it for something so simple. Maybe it's just moving your character forward. So it's just such a shot in the dark that I would probably spend hours before I found a game that's going to work well. How is it going to work well? And even if it does work well, how many times am I going to run into issues where it's going to screw up my gameplay? So it just, unfortunately, I just couldn't play video games for the 48 hours. So that was a little bummer. I mean, for lifestyle, it's probably good, because I was doing other stuff, playing, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it worked out well, so got used to it. If you guys think of any other kind of like 48-hour challenges, originally I was going to do 24, but I was like, let's push it to 48 hours. Gives you guys more of a feel, more chance for me to test it in different programs, better feedback to you all. So I did the 48 hours instead. I think that's a good number. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other ideas that you think I should do. If you like this kind of stuff, hit that thumbs up button. If we hit 30 plus thumbs up, I will start planning another one. That thumbs up is what I use to really see and engage what kind of videos you like to see. Your comments obviously also, but the thumbs is always definitely the best ones because, you know, a lot of people don't like to comment, but it's easy to hit the thumbs up. So that'll show me if you all enjoy this. You know, whenever a video hits 30 plus, I'll usually try to do some sort of video that's like it, related to it, or kind of an expansion on it, depending on what I can think of. So yeah, you know, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm always throwing out different kind of automation videos for you all, mostly in AutoHotkeys, but I do expand into other programs or languages just to broaden your horizons. That one day, I hope you all move on and learn something new. You know, I want you all to, you know, expand your horizons. So I'll do intro videos for other programming languages too, just to give you guys an idea of what's out there and maybe help you decide which way to go. All right, everybody, this was fun and not fun at the same time, but, you know, I definitely 100% would do this again. So I will see you all on the next video.